The diner
Hey,
door
look at me.
didn't open. It
It's gonna
exploded
be okay,
inward.
I promise.
Glass shattered across the tile
We just have to
floor as
wait
a
here
little
for a little
girl
while.
stumbled inside barefoot, blood on her foot, her yellow sundress torn and streaked with dirt. She froze just past the doorway, chest heaving, eyes wide with fear far too heavy for such a small face. "Please," she whispered, then louder, cracking with terror, "He's coming." Every sound in the diner stopped. 5 strangers stared. A waitress frozen mid-wipe. 2 truck drivers gripping their coffee cups, and 3 bikers hunched in a corner booth, leather vests, scarred knuckles, faces worn by countless miles of hard road, men most people avoided, but the little girl's eyes locked onto them, not relief, but recognition, like she somehow knew they would not turn away. The diner door creaked open again. A well-dressed man stepped inside, khaki pants, crisp polo shirt, perfectly styled hair. The kind of smile that made parents trust him and teachers praise him. "There you are, sweetheart," he said gently. The girl backed into the counter, shaking. "No, he's lying." The man laughed softly. "She gets confused sometimes." But one biker slowly rose. They called him Hawk, and in that moment, something changed, because when the girl whispered, "He took my friend," she never came back. The diner stopped being safe and became a battleground. What followed would expose a predator hiding behind respectability, would save 23 children, and prove the most dangerous monsters don't always look like monsters, and that heroes don't always look clean, kind, or respectable. Sometimes, they ride motorcycles, and sometimes, they are the only ones willing to stand when a child runs in screaming, "Please, believe me." This is the story of the little girl who chose the bikers. The roadside diner sat alone off Route 9, its flickering neon sign buzzing against the orange dusk. 3 empty gas pumps stood outside in cracked asphalt, relics of better years. Inside, lunch traffic had faded away, only 5 customers remained. 2 truck drivers at the counter sipping their 3rd cups of coffee, Betty, the diner owner, slowly wiping down tables, and 3 bikers sitting in the shadowed corner booth. Hawk, the leader, tall, weathered face carved by decades on the highway, Jonesy, massive shoulders, long gray beard hiding half the patches on his leather vest. Cruz, the youngest, forearm scarred from a wreck that had nearly taken his life 2 years earlier. They were quietly finishing slices of pie when chaos slammed through the door. A little girl burst inside like a frightened deer fleeing headlights, bare feet sliced by shattered glass. A yellow sundress torn nearly in half, dirt smeared across her cheeks as tears streamed freely. She collapsed to her knees. "Please," she gasped, "he's coming." Betty rushed forward. "Oh honey, are you hurt?" The girl shook violently. Hawk stood, his chair scraped loudly across the tiles. "Who's coming, sweetheart?" "Mr. Garrett," she cried. "He said nobody would believe me." The diner door opened again. A man stepped inside calmly. Well-groomed, polished smile, shining wedding ring. "There you are, Emma," he said, pretending relief. "I've been looking for you." Emma screamed and stumbled backward. "I don't know him." The man sighed politely and faced Betty. "I'm sorry. My name's Richard Garrett, counselor at Riverside Elementary. This poor girl has episodes." He extended his hand toward Hawk. It went untouched. Emma whispered shakily, "He's lying." Jonesy leaned forward. "That's a heavy lie for a little kid." Garrett's jaw tightened slightly. "Emma, we discussed making up stories." Hawk stayed calm. "What school principal do you work for?" Emma blurted, "Principal Davies." Betty immediately grabbed her phone. Garrett shifted. "The school is closed. My parents are in Seattle," Emma shouted. "That's why you picked today." The atmosphere iced over. Cruz rose quietly and stepped in front of the diner door. Hawk stepped closer. "Picked today for what?" Emma's full story poured out. "He watches kids whose parents work late, offers rides." Her lip trembled. "He took Sarah Martinez." Garrett snapped, "That's enough." He lunged toward Emma. Hawk reacted instantly, grabbing Garrett's wrist. "Hands where I can see them." Garrett broke free and bolted for the door. Jonesy clotheslined him mid-stride. He hit the floor hard. Hawk pinned him with his knee. Betty gasped into the phone. "Yes, Principal Davies. there's a child here named Emma. She froze, her face went pale. She was reported missing this morning, and you told her counselor, Mr. Garrett, to check her home? Silence crushed the diner. Garrett's struggling stopped, the mask fell completely. You idiots don't understand what you've done. Police sirens screamed closer. Emma found her voice again. There's a storage unit, number 42, by the highway. I saw the key. Minutes later, officers rushed to the location. They found more than evidence. They found Sarah Martinez alive, weak but breathing. Garrett's records tied him to 17 victims over 5 years and uncovered a network leading to 2 more arrests. Total, 23 children rescued. News vans arrived before sunset. Emma's parents flew in that night from Seattle. Her mother collapsed to her knees when she saw her daughter. Emma pointed to the bikers. They saved me. Hawk shook his head. She saved herself. Before they left, Emma ran to Hawk and handed him a folded napkin. A child's drawing. 3 bikers. 1 little girl between them. Above it, heroes. Will I ever see you again? She asked. Hawk smiled. Road crosses paths more than you think. The motorcycles roared into the dark highway. Months later, a letter arrived. A photograph. Emma smiling proudly while holding a medal of courage. They arrested 2 more bad people. They said I saved 23 kids. My puppy's name is Harley. Thank you for believing me. Hawk folded the letter and tucked it beside the drawing. At another diner, on another endless road, Cruz leaned back. She'll be okay. Jonesy nodded. That girl's got fire. Hawk stared across the horizon. Yeah, and when people learn they can speak up, that fire stays lit. The engines thundered to life. 3 riders rolled toward tomorrow. Somewhere, another scared voice might someday call for help, and when it did, they would stand again. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, share it so this message can reach more people, and subscribe to Bike Diaries for more powerful stories. Here, we tell stories that remind us. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Tell us in the comments. If you were in Emma's place, what would you have done? We'll see you in the next episode, when the road gives birth to another hero.